Hello and welcome back to another episode of More Games and Sense. So before we begin, I'd just like to thank everybody who attended the Play Expo in Manchester this year that I met and spoke to. Had a thoroughly enjoyable weekend and I look forward to seeing you all again next year. So games, I've ended up getting an absolute ton of stuff here. Didn't really intend for it to happen like this, but it has, so you may wish to grab yourself a cup or a glass of your favourite beverage before we begin. And we'll crack straight on. So I've had a package arrive this morning. I've already sort of opened it because I wasn't sure what it was. I've done a trade with 16-bit Brit Adam and I ended up getting this huge box in the post, so it was a little bit more than I was expecting. So I've opened up the top. I can see there's a few extra bits and there's also a note, so let's take a look inside. So the note says, "Alright Darren, included is my half of the trade. I hope you enjoyed the game as much as I did. I know you were fond of holding local PlayStation multiplayer parties, so I thought I'd also throw in something that may help you in future gatherings. Also, I really enjoyed your radar mission gameplay video of the week, so much so that I've included some other Game Boy games for you to lark around with. Enjoy mate and keep up the good work, Adam." So yeah, thank you very much Adam, much appreciated. And let's take a look what's inside this box of goodness. I can see the first thing here. Oh my, oh cool. Now we're talking. Very special PlayStation 1 controller. Oh, looks mint, that does. I think this is brand new. It's a Yellow Extreme PS1 controller, so it's always handy to have extra controllers, certainly for the PlayStation. I've not got that many, and that may well become my weapon of choice. So thank you very much. Let's slide off that television. So here we go, there's more. Lighter. Crazy packaging. Oh, hold on. A couple of Game Boy games. So the first one, Wave Race. Oh, I knew this was on the N64. I didn't know it was on the Game Boy. It's a jet ski game. I shall certainly stick it on the Super Game Boy and give it a whirl. Always nice to have a few extra Game Boy games. And wow, oh cool, yeah, definitely be sticking this on. Metroid 2: Return of Samus. Never really played Metroid games, shamefully, but I shall definitely endeavour to give this a go this evening. So I'm sure that's a decent title, very well regarded series. And here is the game I actually done the trade for. A nostalgic classic, this one for me. Certainly when I first got my PlayStation, this was a well played title. And that's Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. A sort of Tetris type affair. You've got to join colours together, but it's got the added feature of Street Fighter characters that sort of fight each other at the top of the screen. I see you've got one of the cases, the DVD sleeves on your games, which is always nice to see. Saves me getting one of mine out. So yeah, thank you very much Adam, really appreciated that. So next up is another trade I've done with fellow YouTuber Lloyd. His username is Music70 and that was for Batman Returns on the SNES. Now he's asked me to put up a gameplay, so I should definitely do that. Also comes with the instruction manual, which mentions it's the How to Play Batman Returns leaflet, just in case you were wondering what it was inside of your box. So it's an absolutely spanking condition, fantastic side-scrolling beat 'em up by Konami, and it's much appreciated at trading it with me, Lloyd. Thank you. So sticking with the Super Nintendo theme, I went to the Badlands of eBay. I picked up a game I should have bought a long time ago. I've played the first 3 games in the series, or certainly the first 3 that were released in Europe, to absolute death, but I've never really played this one, and it's Super Mario World. Now I paid £8 for this, but unfortunately it was quite yellowed and there was a crack in the back of the cartridge, so I contacted the seller and they gave me a 50% discount, which makes this an absolute bargain. I've played a couple of levels so far and I'm really impressed, so definitely thinking I may well do a series of videos about this game, just because it's so cool and it's a game, strange enough, I've not played, so it's so refreshing to me. It's definitely an enjoyable experience, so that's great stuff. And the last Super Nintendo game I've already put a gameplay up of, and it's superb, and it's Super Tennis. Now I mentioned this in the gameplay video, the box is a little bit crushed, but it's not too bad. I'll just open it up in a soft otaku manner, just grab the corner there, save creasing it. But £3.90 delivered. Now delivery was £2.20. Take into account eBay fees and PayPal fees, and the seller have been lucky to have made £1 on this, which is just absolutely mind-blowing. So quality game, need a bit more practice, looking forward to trying out the 2-player mode, because at the minute computer is completely completely kicking my arse. But quality title all the same, and I think I've nearly got all of the PAL launch titles for SNES. If anyone knows what all the PAL launch titles were, let me know in the comments section down below, because weird enough, there's not much information about it online. So that's that. So next up, also from eBay, I was thinking I fancy a few more Sega Saturn shooters. I've been watching a lot of them on Future Map 5's channel of recent, and I was just browsing the aisles of the eBay, and someone had 3 of them in a bundle together. I think it was £50 buy it now, best offer. I offered them 35, they accepted, and these are the games I picked up. I've already put gameplay up of 2 of these titles, and the first one is Gunbird. I put my Sony Trinity on in tape mode, and literally this was the only game I played for a week. Fantastic shooter. I've got the PS2 version, but I don't know if it's the 480i output or just the fact that I'd got the television in tape mode, but it didn't grip me at all, not like this has. And it's just such a brilliant shooter. I love the way the continue system works. The first 3 levels, when you continue, you'll spawn exactly where you died, and then the 4th level onwards, when you continue, you start at the very beginning, which I think is great because it gives beginners a chance, and it makes you learn the game, which is always something I'm looking for in a shooter. So definitely recommended. Excellent title. Next up is an absolute classic, and it's Gradius Deluxe Pack, featuring Gradius 1 and Gradius 2, or Gradius, however you say it. I'm unsure of the pronunciation. Classic shooter franchise, really good game. It's a bit like Marmite, which is what a lot of people said in the gameplay video, is that you either love it or you hate it, but I'm certainly a fan of the Gradius series, so thumbs up from me. And the last game in this Saturn shooter pack really took me by surprise. I'm a fan of this series, but I wasn't expecting to be quite as blown away as I am, and that's Darius Gaiden. It just got everything for me, this game. I love the power-up system, I love the soundtrack, it's all over there. It's operatic, it's classical, it's just constantly impressing you, this game, when you're playing it. And a thoroughly enjoyable shooter, and I could certainly definitely recommend that one as well. So now we're moving on to a bit of Mega Drive action. The first game I got from Leicester Market, it was £5 delivered. I went and picked it up. Well, I don't think they do delivery. Anyway, it was Granada. Now I was recommended this by Mr. Oreo76, and I have to say, initial impressions on the first level, I was a little bit underwhelmed. I thought it was a bit disappointing, but as soon as I started to progress through the levels, and the soundtrack, seeing it's from Wolf Team, is excellent, it really started to impress me, this game, and it's a decent title. If you can get it at a good price, I'd totally recommend picking that up. So the next Mega Drive game is also a shooter, hand-picked for me by Scratchmaster Dow at the Play event in Manchester. And I'm going to butcher the name now, I can't remember. Keeps going out of focus as well. I think it's called Twin Hawk in this country. And stuff I wrote, Ian did tell me the correct Japanese pronunciation, but again, I'm not going to butcher it. It's a toe plan shooter. I have owned this in the past. I actually give it to my mate because I didn't like the soundtrack. I played it the other night, I still don't like the soundtrack, but I'm probably going to have to give it a little bit more time because, like all of these shooters, sometimes it takes a little bit of getting into. So there we go then. So the last game in this video was a complete shock to me that it actually arrived. I've been waiting over a month for this to turn up. I basically won an auction. Well, I watched a gameplay video of a game by Ninja Bear Hug and I thought, I want that game. I looked on eBay, the only copy I could find was in Japan, so I just put a £10 bid on it and left it. I won the auction for 1 cent, $0.01, and the delivery was something like $8. It worked out to be about $5. And the seller emailed me and he says, oh, I've sent your game off. And I was like, look, I'm not being funny. I said, but I don't think you're going to send it over. I said, it makes a difference between you sending it or not sending it. I'm more than willing to pay a little bit extra to ensure it gets there. He says, no, it's all sorted. So, like I say, a month went by and then this turned up. And it's Baseball 2020 for the Mega Drive. Now, I was considering buying the Neo Geo version of this, but it's 40 or 50 quid for a game that I'm probably not going to play that often. I'm not the biggest sporting game fan, but for the price this cost about £5, I was more than willing to add it to the collection. And upon playing it last night, it really is good. In fact, I enjoyed it that much last night playing with my mates. I've almost considered buying the Neo Geo version now, but we'll see. This is suffice enough, it's a fantastic conversion. It's got to be, in my opinion, the best SNK conversion on the Mega Drive. It really is very close to the Neo Geo. There's a few things that have been cut out, but there or thereabouts, it's still a quality title. I just love that artwork, it's just gorgeous. And also these boxes, I never knew this, just goes to show how knowledgeable I am. They're actually slightly thicker, the Electronic Arts Japanese boxes. I mean, the European ones are slightly thicker as well, but it's not very noticeable. You're probably talking a couple of millimetres at most, but that's certainly a big difference. So the last item in this pickup video was also from Play, and it actually came from Emo Joe 1990 Eli, and it's a Dreamcast arcade stick. Now, we picked this up the other day. I haven't got a Dreamcast, but inevitably I'm going to end up getting one, if only just to play Gunlord. And so I thought I'd grab this stick whilst I had the opportunity. It's in really nice condition. Complete with the instructions, which I think I've already took out. Really nice and clean, doesn't seem to have had much playtime. And if you ever see me at the Retro Computing Museum event in Leicester, you'll often find me battling away on the Dreamcast, playing a little bit of Ikaruga or Border Down, or a little bit of Gunbird too. And I just really like these sticks. Got a lot of real estate for your wrists and hands there, and just quality, nice micro strips, nice Sanwa type buttons if they are not Sanwa, or Sumitsu or something like that, but either way, quality. So that's it. I'll thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll upload some more videos soon.